Former GMA host and trailblazing journalist Joan Lunden is pulling back the curtain on some of the biggest moments in her life. From breaking barriers on national TV to reshaping motherhood, Lunden paved the way for future generations of journalists, including myself. And now she's giving a behind-the-scenes look at those major milestones in her new memoir, Joan, Life Beyond the Script. And we are so lucky to have Joan right here to tell us more about it. Joan, I was saying before, nerve-wracking to try to anchor with you watching me. I have one of my idols here. Thank you so much for coming in and for sharing these stories with us. So you say you actually planned to go into medicine after high school, which I find so fascinating. So how did you end up in news?
My dad was a cancer surgeon, so everywhere we would go, everybody would just like embrace him. Thank you for saving my wife's life. And who wouldn't want to do that? But right before college, I went to work in a hospital that he had helped to found out really quickly that stitches and scalpels were probably not going to be the path I would go down. So I became a psychology major in college. That was the closest I could get to medicine. And it's probably helped in my journalism career. But, you know, I was coming to the end of my college career and a family friend said, you should consider going into TV news. It was like a bizarre thing to say. There just weren't women on newscasts, not local, not network. But he said, you should go in and talk to the news director. And he wrote down the guy's name and number on a piece of paper, and the next morning I called him, and he said, someone told me that I should meet you. And I went in, I met him, and he said, I think you have something, let me audition you. Took me in and auditioned me, and he didn't have a job. He was nice, but he didn't have a job. But the weatherman was back behind the set, and he followed me out into the parking lot and said, I want to make you Sacramento's first weather girl. And back then, we were called weather girls. But that got my foot in the door. I mean, I didn't know anything about the weather. I didn't care about the weather, but man, I saw an opportunity, and I took it. And my husband always says that if there's one page out of the Joan Lunden playbook, it is, whenever anyone asks you if you can do something, just say yes, and then go find out how to do it. Then go figure it out. And that's what I did there. And, you know, without a lot of women around, I rose from weather girl to anchor person like in 2 years, and then got the offer to come to New York to WABC. Yeah, and then I was a street reporter, which I'd never been before, so I had to kind of learn out on the streets of New York for my camera crews. But again, I said yes to that offer and said, I'll figure it out when I get there, which was a kind of a tough thing to do. But, you know, and when I came to GMA, I got the call, and then 20 minutes later, I found out I was pregnant with my first child.
No.
20 minutes.
Wow.
20 minutes. And I could have said probably, oh man, bad timing. And instead I said, all right, let me figure out how I'm going to do this one.
I mean, you more than figured it out. You mastered them. I feel like you've also mastered book writing. This is your 11th book now. But you open up in this book in a different way than any of your others. And we were talking in the break, and you said you don't think you could have written this book even 5 years ago. Why is that? And what made you want to finally reveal this side of yourself?
Well, I mean, after a life like mine, I think it would have been terrible not to write a legacy memoir and share that. I've learned one thing over all these years. It's important to share our stories. Other people are inspired, they're motivated. I really hope this book finds itself in the hands of young 20-something and even teenage girls and 30-somethings. I don't know if they realize that it wasn't that long ago. This is like, here, I'll show you. 1973. This is the beginning.
The hair is so good, by the way.
Whoosh! Like I just came in from a hurricane.
But you're right, it's not that long ago.
It's not that long ago, and yet life was so different. You know, I mean, I kind of like scratched the door open and got myself inside, and then you just have to make yourself valuable around a newsroom and learn and listen and be open to opportunities. And I want young women to understand the kind of the history that happened from where we came. And I mean, just think, this was 1973. Women didn't have the right to open a credit card account in their own name or open a bank account until 1972. Like, I want young women to understand. So, I mean, we have Mother's Day coming up, and I think it's a great Mother's Day gift, but I'm really hoping some mothers get the book for their younger, because it's part of my hope is that young women just see this for even the historical take.
And
of course, things have really changed in broadcasting too.
I mean, things have also changed in publishing. This book is super high tech. You've got QR codes throughout it that send you to actual video clips, which I just think is so fascinating. And I know the whole thing is beyond just news, right? You can inspire women through all types of different industries in this book. So what are you really hoping that people take away from this?
Well, that's probably the most important thing. I mean, the story of 25 years, on air is great. But the 25 years after, I want them to take away the fact that when you leave something or you're phased out of something, you don't have to top that. You don't even have to do the same thing. You can live beyond the script, and you can keep your mind open and your heart open to doing new things. Like we're all capable of so much more than we think. You're not just capable of what you just did. And I didn't jump to the next show like everyone expected. And it led me to 25 years of advocacy for women's health, going before Congress, testifying for the Family Medical and Leave Act, going before the FDA, testifying for mammogram reporting. And now at this point, and I think only kind of at this point in my life, can I look at the arc of my whole life and say, wow, I didn't necessarily top GMA, but I had a different amazing 25 years. And people need to hear that, because in this world of ours, there's going to be a lot of people reinventing themselves over and over and over again. So I want to help inspire them.
Seems like a lot of inspiration here, not only for young people, but also older people, maybe looking for their next chapter too. Joan Lunden, thank you. It's an honor to meet you. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And thank you for watching. I'm Diane Macedo. The news never stops, and neither do we. The book is available wherever books are sold, and we have a lot more news right after the break. We'll be right back.